The very first time you open DaVinci Resolve, you'll get a pop-up screen asking if you want to edit in standard definition, high definition, or 4K. For purposes of the class, go ahead and just click the HD option. This doesn't really make a big difference. You'll be able to change the settings at any time you want later on. Now we see the project manager. Yours may look a little bit more Spartan than mine. I've got a few projects that I've been working on in here already, but you should see the untitled project option there. Before we move on, let's just take a look at a couple of things. If you look in the top right-hand corner here, you'll see that I can change this. I can look at it as a list view, or I can look at it as a thumbnail view. In the thumbnail view, I can change the size of the thumbnails by working with this slider. Also in the thumbnail view, if I put my mouse and scroll back and forth, I can get an idea of what's going on in each of these projects. If I right-click on a project, you'll see that there are some options that pop up. We'll get into these later in the class. Likewise, if I right-click in an empty area, there are some other options that pop up, and we'll get into these further in the class. For now, we're going to start a new project. So I just click on the new project. I will give it a name. I'm going to call this COM 250 Coffee and create. Welcome to Resolve. Just a quick once over. If you look at the bottom of the page, you'll see there are 7 buttons down here. Each of these buttons redesigns the interface. They call these pages, and each page has got different functions. So very briefly, let's go through all 7. We'll spend some more time in these later. First is the media page. The media page is one way that you can access files to import video or audio or graphics into your project. This is not my preferred method. I'll show you some other ways to do it. But this does, in fact, work. The second page is the cut page. This is one way of editing. It's not my favorite method, but again, it does work. The third page is the edit page. And this is where we will spend most of our time during the semester. The fourth page is called Fusion. And this is a special effects engine. You can use this to do 3D titles. You can use this to apply special effects, such as replacing a sky, or maybe having lightning bolts shoot from a character's fingers. Anything that you would think of as a special effect, or anything that you would manipulate in 3 dimensions, Fusion is the tool for that. The color page allows us to do color correction and color grading. We'll spend a fair bit of time in this later in the semester. Fairlight is an audio-only interface. This allows us to work with the audio portion of our project and do some manipulation that's not possible in the other pages. And the Deliver page is how we're going to get our project out of Resolve and save it as a usable file that could be uploaded to YouTube or sent via email, anything like that. In the next video, we're going to look more carefully at importing files into Resolve.